What's going on, Clippers fans? Jonathan Timm here, back for another interview video. Again, I'm the play-by-play broadcaster for the Muskegon Clippers this upcoming season, and we're less than 3 months away from the upcoming summer of baseball. And I've sat down with much of the coaching staff and personnel, but today I'm joined by one of the guys that we'll see down on the field this year. He's a middle infielder from Norton Shores, Michigan, currently a freshman at Kellogg Community College and a new member of the Clippers for this 2023 season, Aaron Piasecki. So with that, Aaron, how's it going today?
I'm going good. How are you?
Doing great. The weather out here in Wisconsin's not the greatest for the month of March, but like I told you before this interview, I'm off to Florida for this week, about to enjoy some spring break action, and I'm sure you're all caught up with college baseball. And I mean, with that, we'll talk about the start of your season in just a second. So, Aaron, my first question for you, I want you to look back on your baseball career. Obviously, you're making advances within your playing days, notably with the starts of, like I said, your first season at Kellogg, which we'll go into more details in just a second, and with getting the opportunity to play for the Clippers. But take me back, Aaron. When did you realize that you want to take baseball to the next level?
I've enjoyed baseball my whole life. My dad, my grandpa, and everyone in my family has loved baseball. So, kind of just when I first picked up the ball when I was probably 3 or 4 years old, I just fell in love with the game. And then my family kind of pushed me forward and enjoying it more and more. So, yeah, I really enjoy the game.
Well, it's great to hear that you got motivation not only from yourself, but from your family as well. I know your grandpa has big ties within the Clippers organization, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But let's talk about now your college playing days. You made the transition from high school level to JUCO level, and it's been more than just smooth. I mean, Aaron, currently as we speak, going off the stats according to the Kellogg Bruins athletic page, through 10 games, you're at a 541 batting average amidst 37 at bats, and that puts you at the top 10 in D2 JUCO at the moment. So in the field, you've been pretty solid as well. But Aaron, tell us some of the biggest differences you realized between playing high school ball and now getting your feet wet at the collegiate level.
For sure. So the pitching is definitely better over here. We took a road trip down to Louisiana and played LSU Eunice. In our first 6 games, we saw 90 plus every game. And the transition it's been smooth, but Coach Scovey here at Kellogg has really preached a process, and a lot of our players have bought into it. And it's just great to have a good coach that has been through baseball, seen baseball for 25 years, and really knows how to make an adjustment. And the process has been smooth. So it's really enjoyable right now.
And to follow up, why Kellogg? What made you ultimately choose Kellogg Community College for your choice of starting off your collegiate baseball at the junior college level?
So yeah, I played for Diamonds baseball in Grand Rapids, and Billy Peterson had good ties to Kellogg, and they're a great program. Whenever I talk to Coach Scovey and the assistant coaches, they know baseball, they preach baseball, and you can see from the success they send players everywhere, all over the country, and it's just a great place to be and a great place to develop.
Well, it seems like you developed yourself pretty well just to the start of your young collegiate career. Um, well, there's still a lot of season ahead with Kellogg. I mean, I can imagine that's where your main focus is right now, but eventually you'll have another transition, and that'll be made to summer baseball and throwing on a Clippers uniform, which is why we're here today. I know your grandfather, Len, was a big part of the operations at historic Marsh Field back in 2010, but for you specifically, how was getting the opportunity to play for the Clippers set up, and what are you looking forward to most about this upcoming summer playing baseball in Muskegon, Michigan?
I'm super excited to be playing in my hometown. Growing up, I just remember going to Clippers baseball games. I've probably gone to three, four, or more than 3 or 4, probably like 5 games, 6 games every summer. And then I played for the Muskegon Channel Cats, and we always got the opportunity to go on the field, take BP before the games, just talk to the players, meet the players, introduced to the whole thing. And it's been something I've wanted to do forever. It's going to be nice playing in Muskegon and being surrounded by family that can come into my game. So I'm super excited be playing for the Muskegon Clippers.
Well, Clippers organization, by the way it sounded, is very excited to have you as well. I got one final question for you, Aaron, and I want your honest opinion about this. It's caused some controversy in the game of baseball, which we love, the new and lovely pitch clock. And it's made its debut, obviously, with spring training at the professional level. It's something that'll be quite prevalent this year in the MLB. I know it doesn't necessarily correlate or have any effects with JUCO and summer ball, or at least just not yet. Now, as a baseball player, I want you to explain why or why not you're a fan or somewhere in the middle of where you stand on having the pitch clock. But yes, let's hear your take on it.
Well, I'm somewhere in the middle because we actually do have it in our games too.
Oh, really?
So it's playing at the JUCO level. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, the pace of play at the JUCO level is pretty fast. I've wanted to call time and I don't get it ever in the box, but I guess on the fielding standpoint, it's kind of just weird, like picking off. You need to throw it. If you don't throw it, you get the reset. And then overall, at the JUCO level, I think it's not really needed because the game goes by fast. But at the major league level, I think it's gonna be a good thing. I mean, a lot of fans don't like sitting through 3 hours and 15 minutes of baseball. It's kind of hard. I mean, I could, but a lot of fans I don't think can. But I think it's gonna help for the major league level for sure because of the time. I mean, no one likes to see someone pick over 10 times in a row or step off and a batter be out of the box for a minute adjusting his batting gloves. So I like it at the major league level, but at the JUCO and college level, I do not think it's necessary, but we'll see how that goes during the year.
I totally understand your take on it. Making the games go by faster. As a broadcaster for many different sports, baseball has always been the most difficult just because of how much time goes on within game action. So I understand your take on that. I do think it's going to be hard for a lot of baseball fans to adjust to. I mean, we've seen games won and lost already within the
Mhm.
MLB spring training system. So, but it's here to stay, and it's going to be part of the game for as long as we know it. But I mean, with that being said, Aaron, thank you again for taking the time today. It's going to be great having you in Muskegon for this upcoming summer of baseball, and good luck with the rest of your freshman season at Kellogg. And hope to see you ready in a Clippers uniform this June.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good trip in Florida.
Oh,
Enjoy
I
yourself.
definitely will.